Yoke Wong. In this newsletter, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to play you a couple of themes and I'm going to let you guess to see if you know the song. And if you do you know how to play? Now, I would like for you to hear a theme that I'm going to play, okay? Let's listen to this. Have you heard of this before? I'm sure you have. If you are into classical music, you probably know that this piece was composed by J.S. Bach. Even if you don't know who composed this, I'm sure you have heard of it during some of the thrilling or horror movies. In fact, as we get close to October 31st, you probably will hear this everywhere. But this is in fact one of the most famous pieces by J.S. Bach. This is a Toccata and Fugue in D minor. You know that Bach was actually one of the most prolific and one of the best composers of all time. He was also considered one of the best improvisers. Let's talk about this theme, okay? If you know me and have taken my lesson, you know I like to analyze musical pieces. And the piece that I was just showing you, just a little part of the fugue, Toccata and Fugue, it was the beginning of the musical piece. He was using the D minor. This is a D minor scale. This is so-called the natural minor. There are a few forms of minor. Today I just like to get into a basic one. D minor is actually a relative minor of the F major scale. If you're into music theory and understand a little bit about music theory, you know that F major has F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. Okay? All white note except the B flat. Now, D minor is the relative. What it means is it shares everything that F major has. So you're going to start with D, but going to play every notes that F major has. Okay, so you will start with D. You're going to keep the B flat, but start with the D. So that's your D minor. So what Bach was doing was just using the basic D minor. Okay, there's five notes, and make up a themes. Now let's talk about the C sharp. He was using a C sharp because when you play the D minor, if you want to do the D harmonic minor, usually we will raise the 7 notes, which is the C, a half step above, and that's a C sharp. A D minor would then become a D harmonic minor. It's going to have the C sharp in it, okay? And that's what Bach was doing. And he repeat that again using a slightly arrangement. Instead of playing all the 5 notes, he was just using part of the D minor harmonic scale. And then go down again, he was using the same thing again. And he was using the octave. Okay? So, I hope you understand this. A lot of musical piece looks very technical and hard to read, but when you start analyzing it, it becomes very clear. Now, why would he use a D minor instead of a major key? Well, here's the reason. A lot of time when a person improvises or composes a song in the minor key, it gives you the kind of mood, the kind of a moody or sometimes even horror. Okay, in this case, he was making it rather horror, using a lot of short notes the rhythm was very rhythmic, so that makes it a little bit horrifying. How about this, okay? I'd like you to improvise using a very basic D minor key. Let's improvise it, okay? When you improvise something, you usually start with a small theme. You don't have to use a lot of notes. Maybe just use the 5 finger. Okay? Have you heard of a song like this? Okay? This is another theme that many people are familiar with. This is a theme by Edvard Grieg in the Hall of the Mountain King. It wasn't really in the D minor key, but I have transposed it so that you can understand it. He was using a very basic structure. Okay, that is the basic D minor key. And then go down a half step. And this, go down a half step. Go down another half step. That is the famous theme. Have you heard of it before? Okay, so what I'm trying to illustrate is that you can start improvise and start composing musical piece. It's not that hard. What my left hand is doing some kind of a root and fifth. Okay, let's make up a simple song. If you want, you can even keep the left hand steady and just hold a D minor chord. Okay, so that was a very basic structure of improvising. If you like to get into more advanced and get more interesting into your improvising, I encourage you to take a look at the Definitive Piano Improvisation course. We also have the hand coordination course to help you balance and juggle your both hands so that you can get better at your hand coordination. And don't forget, now is a great time to get into your Christmas arrangement course. We just have a few more weeks before we get into the Christmas.